He's got both his
Two-fisted.
hands.
Yesterday was the first time he's had them, and Jim just came over with a bowl and gave them to him.
Regina used to call them
He's got
M&M's.
teeth, he might as well, right?
I think he likes.
Oh, yeah.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. M&M's.
Yeah, they melt in his hand because he sticks his whole fingers in his mouth.
Yeah, it is kind
I
of.
tried to take an M&M from him, and I was just like, oh, I don't want those. I got those. It was just
He's
slobber.
really a speculative.
Yeah, it's nasty.
You want me to go get a napkin?
Just making sure he doesn't have to share with anyone.
Just when he's done, we'll just let him be done.
Kelsey didn't get a bath last night. She refused to. She woke up from her
Boy, look at that mouth now.
and so she just cried every time I told her to come in there. So I was just like, forget it.
Yeah.
Hard to tell what will happen on Sunday. Doesn't much matter though. Game's inside. Eli and Tom to play at Peyton's place. Of course, the Super Bowl is a must-watch
Is it good?
not just for the football,
Is
but
it
for
good
commercials.
for
Today,
Princeton?
Honda released its Super
No, I don't want it.
Oh.
No, thank you.
Where is the Super Bowl going to be played?
Indianapolis.
That's your personal bowl.
I don't. Nobody wants to share.
Just get some rest. He bought it. How can I handle work on a day like today?
Yeah, that's Matthew Broderick of Ferris Bueller.
Yum, yum. Eat 'em up.
The 49-year-old
Good
takes a
stuff.
day off from acting to drive around in his Honda. The extended version of the ad runs nearly 2.5 minutes, complete with dozens of references to the classic 1986 movie. I'm Shepard Smith. This is the Fox Report.
Preston, you like the M&M's?
Time for the top of the news.
M&M's.
The guy in charge of making sure Indiana's elections are legit.
You see on TV today where this guy down in Florida found,
Prosecutors say the Republican Secretary of State
I think it was kind of a little satchel or something in the middle of the road, and he stopped and got out and got it. It had $8,000 in it, and he couldn't keep it. He said he turned it in, and
Did it have a name on it? Wow.
but they found out who it belonged to, and said the people were very appreciative of it.
Did they give him a reward? You
They
reckon?
didn't say, but I would have.
I
Been
know.
mine.
I'd be afraid it might be drug money or robbery, but there's not many people that carry that much stuff around unless they're up to no good.
About right.
My mom said that some people would come to the hospital with a sock full of money because they didn't want to give up their sock because you're not allowed to have money in your. Some people die and have money hid in their house, and you know, and they don't. Nobody knows. They don't tell anybody where. But some people are afraid that the banks might.
I tell you, I wouldn't want to find some money laying somewhere, like in a bag or something. I would be afraid it was drug money. So somebody'd find out I got it, they'd kill you for it.
Well, I think that if you just got stopped and had that much money on you, you would be very suspicious. I mean, they want to know. I think there's a certain amount of money you had. I mean,
I have
law
never
enforcement.
seen somebody make such a mess.
There, you ain't got but 3 left. Well, years ago when I worked for Potty Horton as a tech in the pharmacy in Wilkesboro, this A.C. Green, he was just as nice as he could be to you. But we was told, and
Just a
Potty
minute,
always
honey,
said
I've
he
got
messed in
Kristen.
drugs. And then back then, the 60s, it wasn't that, late 60s and early 70s, wasn't that as bad as it is now, naturally. And did you know that he had, I think it was $250,000 that he had of drug money from these drug people, and he wouldn't turn it in to them. And he lived with this woman that worked at Potty's snack bar in the drugstore. And one morning I went in and opened the drugstore up, and Potty had got there, and I was over there working, and these 2 good-looking men, and they were good-looking, dressed in suits, walked up and said, "Are you Faye Estes?" I said, "No, sir, I'm not." He flashed his badge to me right down at where I could see it, the others over there could. He said, "You're not Faye Estes?" I said, "No, sir, I'm not." do you know Faye Estes? I said, yes. She's the lady working over there at the snack counter. He said, which one? I said, well, gray, pepper-haired one, you know. Ah, gosh. They had already got AC. Not these men. They were FBI and drug people in North Carolina. But the drug people had got AC and killed him. Took him up on going to Boone, you know where Chestnut Hill Mountain is up there at the top of the mountain. Went out that road. They had, excuse the expression now, I'm not being ugly. They had cut his private off, stuck it in his mouth, taped him closed, let him bleed, stuffed his nose full of cocaine or something, and taped it. And he died that way. He died a horrible death. And they didn't find his body till, I don't know, it's several, I think it's about a month before they, or more past before they found him. He was in a trunk of a car out in them woods somewhere. And he had a nice looking automobile, and they kept it in her garage at her house. And I guess that money was somewhere in her house, but she went to prison over that money. I don't know if they ever did get his money. They said they had that money. They got the money. But she spent 11 years in federal prison over that before she died. She got out, but she died. But they have never found out who really killed AC. They never did. But they knew it was drug people that done it.